Welcome everyone. In today's lecture, I am going to discuss about measurement of force and subject mechanical measurement and metrology. So, first of all, what is force? As we know that force is a cause that produces resistance or obstruction to any moving body or changes the motion of a body, or it can tends to produce these effects. Now, basically, force is measured by applying it to a calibrated device which resists the force and indicates or records its magnitude. The various methods for force measurement we will discuss in today's lecture. So, first, let us discuss the first method is balancing the unknown force against non-gravitational force due to standard mass. Now, the example for this is scale and balance. As we know that for weight balance, that is used for balancing. Another second type is elastic member, in which we apply unknown force to an elastic member such as spring, beam, cantilever beam, ring. These are the various elastic members, and measuring the resulting deflection on calibrated scale, or deflection may be measured by using a secondary transducer such as spring scale, cantilever beam, then provided ring, strain gauge, load gauge. These are the example for the same. Another third method over here, this is the hydraulic and pneumatic load cells. This translates the force to fluid pressure and then measuring the resultant pressure. Fourth method is applying force to known mass and then measuring the resultant acceleration. As we know that the force is equal to mass into acceleration, so basically measuring acceleration we can find the force magnitude. Fifth last method is balancing force against magnetic force, which is developed by interaction of magnet and current in coil. In today's lecture, we will discuss first the scales and balance, in which the first method is equal arm beam scale. Now, as you can see in the figure, equal arm beam balance scale operates on principle of moment comparison. The moment produced by unknown mass over here or force is compared with the product, which is our standard mass, or by a gravitational force due to standard mass. Now the gravitational force is G, as we know that when null balance is obtained, two weights or force are equal, which means over here then null position we will get both mass equal. For null balance we have to balance the moment, so here it will be W1 into L1, and over here L2 into W2, both should be equal. So here the length of arm 1 and 2 should be equal, so both weight W1 and W2 will be equal, then and then we can get the null balance. This type of instrument are widely used in physics and chemistry laboratories to measure the unknown weight. Next device is a modified form of this equal arm beam balance, which is even or unequal arm balance scale. Now, the main disadvantage of equal arm balance scale was that it required a set of weight at least as heavy as the heaviest load to be measured. Suppose we wanted to measure 100 kg, then we should require the 100 kg weight to balance. So for or if we want 50 kg, then we will require be 50 kg of equal set. Now due to that, the number of standard weights becomes large. So to overcome this disadvantage, the unequal arm beam balance as shown in figure can be used. Now there are two arms are used. One is called as, this is the load arm, which is associated with the unknown load or mass, and on the other end it is called as power arm, which is associated with the known or standard weight. Now as we know that null balance, here the W2 into A will be equal to W1 into B. So we want to measure W2, so it will be here W1 into B by A. So in this way we can measure W2, which is equal to W1 into B by A. In this scale, the non-weight can be decreased by increasing length B. Hence, heavier load can be measured with the help of small non-mass and large arm. Further, power arm B may be calibrated to read the unknown weight W2 directly if the W1 and A are fixed. If we fix the W1 and A, we can directly read the unknown weight W2. So this is the even or unequal arm balance scale. Next is platform scale. Now when large weight are to be measured, equal and unequal arm balance scale are not suitable. In such case, platform scale is used as shown in figure. It consists of multi-level system. Here there are various levels. In this system, a large weight W, this is our large weight, in terms of which is to be measured, is divided in smaller weight W1 and W2. This is ultimately converted balanced using smaller weights WP, which is poise weight, and WS is the pen weight. This is our pen weight, and over here this is poise weight. Before the unknown load W is placed to platform, the poise weight WP is set to 0 position of the beam scale, and counterweight is adjusted to get the initial 0 balance scale. Now for simplification of analysis, it is consumed that the it is assumed that the W is divided into two parts, W1 and W2. Now the WP set to 0 position, and for equilibrium the arm balance we have to check. Over here WS weight X, this is A distance, this is B, and this is tension T. So for equilibrium condition, the T into B will be equal to WS into A. But as we know that T into C, from this tension T to this total distance C, is equal to, let me clear this first, W1 into F by D into E plus W2 into H. So what will happen over here? The tension from here T into C will be equal to W1 F by D into E. W1 F by D into E plus here W2 into H. W2 into H. So that will be the two equation. If the lever system is proportional, which means here the H by E is equal to F by D, the final equation will be equal to T into C equal to W1 plus W2 into H, which means the W1 plus W2 is our W, so W into H. So from this equation it is clear that the weight W may be placed at anywhere on the platform and its position relative to two knife edges of platform does not affect the reading, which means we can place the W at any position on the platform. So the final equation W will be equal to, let me write over here, A by B into C by H into WS. Here we know that this is the A, this is B, C over here and H, and WS is our pen weight. Now this is called as M multiplication ratio, A by B into C by H. So we, by changing multiplication ratio, which is A by B into C by H into C by H, we can vary by using small pen weight. Suppose the pen weight is 1 kg and the magnification ratio is 1000. So what will happen? We can measure W up to 1000 kg just by changing the multiplication ratio. We can measure very large weight. Further, the pen weight WS can be reduced by changing position of poise weight on calibrated length in terms of weight. Hence this beam is balanced by proper combination of pen weight and adjustment of poise weight along with the calibrated scale A. The next is pendulum scale. So basically, as shown in figure, this is the deflection type instrument, pendulum scale, in which the unknown weight over here you can see is converted to a torque, which means we know that the torque is force into distance. So here due to the weight the force will be acting, which means the applied load, and here there will be distance, so it will cause torque. A is then balanced by torque of fixed standard mass arranged to pendulum. To balance this, we use fixed mass, which is counterweight, which is used to balance this. Now the unknown weight over here, both sides there is counterweight. Now the unknown weight W is applied to the load rod over here, and the sector tend to rotate. This is our sector which will tend to rotate due to tension in loading tube. Now this is over here mistake, this is loading tab, it is loading tube. Consequently, the counterweight WC swings out, which means when we apply force over here, it will swing outside at both sides. The system equilibrium condition are attained when the moment due to counterweight is become the same. This will suppose at this position it will be balanced, this will be the balanced position, and the motion of equalizer bar is converted into, this is our equalizer bar, which is converted into linear equalizer bar is converted into angular movement of indicator, which is pinion and rack arrangement over here, and the deflection of pointer calibrated in terms of applied force. This is the calibrated scale which indicates the force. So this is the pendulum scale, and this is the end of today's lecture. Thank you very much for watching.